city sleeps and the lights go low. Questions arise on how rules flow. Sean's here to guide in the quiet night air, bringing truth and justice with a steady stare. After dark we roll, the questions ignite. Let's talk about the road in the calm moonlight. It's more than cars, it's how we steer. Sean Shapiro's voice is crystal clear. Brake lights shimmer, the stories unfold. Traffic and wisdom, stories retold. Seatbelt tight, let's cruise down this lane. Answers from Sean, it's never in vain. The road is long, but the talk is real. Regrets and curiosity, both we can heal. Reflections deep as the asphalt winds.
What's going on, everybody? How you doing? I want to just kick this off with a continuation of the background music. It is Thursday all day. I have been out and about. I was in Midland. I went to a place I've never been before. I was on a school trip with my kiddo, and we went to, where'd we go? We went to oh my goodness. What's it called? Hang on, I'm Googling this. I can't believe it just popped out of my head. Gone forever. I looked it up earlier. Oh, the Hurons. Saint Maria of the, is that what it is? No, come on. Oh, come on. Saint Maria among the Hurons. That's where I was today. What a cool place. I had no idea how much history we had dealing with the Jesuits and learned a lot. Okay, let's jump into things because I got people chatting in the Instagram, and I said a couple of hellos, but I got to move in. Oh, Brandon's here. We'll come back to you, Brandon, just 1 second. Let's see here. We got Creator Steve. How you doing, brother? Spider 3 Aces says, Sean, I've been worried about you. Why are you worried about me, Spider? I saw a message. I started looking at what you clipped, but I just saw the message today. Weird. I don't know if I got notified today or if I just saw it today, but I did see your message, and I was going to reply. But I was looking at something you clipped for me. It was about the fake plates. I saw the fake plates, or I saw them at the Honda Indy last year. They were doing vinyl plates. In fact, they made me a vinyl plate. Somewhere is a vinyl plate. Dave, what's going on with you? Honda, hello. It's Krish, what's happening? Okay. All right, almost the weekend. Absolutely. We got so much rain lately. Oh, I was very unhappy with the rain. I brought a drone with me because I tend to travel with a drone. Wherever I go, I want a drone in case there's an opportunity to fly. And I wanted to get some great photos. And sadly, I took a couple of photos and 10 seconds of video, a group shot with all the students after the entire thing was done. Because it was crap rain the entire time. But it was a really cool day. Although I stink like smoke because every single longhouse and building had an open fire to heat it, which is good because it was warm. But it was it's very woodsy or very smoky. So everything needs to go in the wash, including me. If you're new to the channel, my name is Sean Shapiro. I'm a former police officer who talks about traffic safety, traffic law, and police stuff, and drones, and movies, and food, and whatever you want to talk about. We're talking about it. This is the After Dark version of Ask a Traffic Cop, so it's a little more relaxed. Well, it's all relaxed, but I get to pretend this is even more relaxed. Now, very often I have Logan Grant from Brooks, Alberta, but sadly they are so jammed over there. He's working a night shift and can't join me today. But he's here in thought. We think of him, and hopefully he'll be back on a regular schedule soon. If you're watching on TikTok, please tap the screen until your fingers go numb. It really helps. Much appreciated. We got Sonia Bizarro, who sent a gift. Thank you for the GG. I didn't get to see the animation kick onto the screen, but I know you sent it because it says so on my screen. Thanks so much. And hello back to you. And Ethan, so much. Oh, no, sorry. Neha says so much rain. Yeah. And I don't think it's going to be any less rainy or crappy. Like, I had my air conditioning on last week. I just turned the heater on. It's freezing in my house. And I don't mind cold, but the rest of the family says, nay, we do not like cold. And instead of going out and buying space heaters, I just turn the heat on. It'll be a week. It'll be okay. Oh, I saw the notification again. Thank you again, Sonia. I still didn't see the. You don't have to send anything else, but I didn't see it because it popped up on one screen and the animation screen's over there, and I tried to catch it, but it didn't work. Cheers for all your content came from AJ Barr. Thank you very much. Just another reminder, I am not emailing people or DMing people asking them for money. I mean, I do happen to run a not-for-profit organization, and if you guys want to throw money at us, by all means, go to bettertraffic.ca or askatrafficoff.ca. There's a way to do that, but don't give crypto stuff through an online DM thing. There's a person who's created a voiceover cop with 2 R's. So voiceover 2 R's cop, not me. That's not a verified account. That's not me. I'm not DMing people for money. But there are apparently people who have decided it's appropriate to copy all of my logos and a bunch of my videos and then create a fake account. A fake account. It's not cool, man. I don't understand it. But apparently that's when you know you're famous or popular or well known. That's when people try and use your identity to steal from people, which is gross. Okay, Brandon says, "Hello, Sean," and from an he's in Indianapolis right now. So he says, "Hello, Sean," and all is what he meant to say from Indianapolis. It's Indy 400 race weekend. Was lucky enough to take the Mustang for a few laps. No kidding. I hope you're putting like a 360 cam on everything, and you're recording this for posterity. I'd love to see some of this footage when we eventually actually get together and have a bite. Richard says, "Good evening, Sean." Good evening, Richard. Thank you for coming in on X. Brandon was on YouTube. Alberta Gaming 05 says, "Hello, Sean, watching from North Central Alberta. I am planning a possible road trip to Alberta this year, possibly later, later after the summer months are done. I want to come out and visit Logan. I want to come out and see what's up and visit all my policing and traffic safety friends along the way. I would love to come and check it out. My family's actually talked about moving there. That's how much the interest in Alberta has been raised, to all that, just a different life, a totally different life than Ontarian life. Felix Catnip says, "Hi, Sean. Heard you on Jerry Agar on CFRB 1010. What are your thoughts on expanding the current vehicle searches to include suspicion of auto theft devices that might be inside?" I have not read up on any proposed legislation that would change that. I thought you were going to talk about expanding distracted driving to other things, which is what they're doing or have done in Alberta, where even if you're drinking a coffee or a water while you're driving, that's distracted driving. Whereas in Ontario, it's very specifically the use of a handheld communication device or a handheld entertainment device or a screen visible to driver, but they do it differently elsewhere. So we still have legislation to cover it, like careless driving covers it now. So I don't think you have to make any changes at all. That said, expanding vehicle searches. So, like right now, if it's in plain sight, it's game on anyway. If you suspect that someone's involved in criminality, investigating them and getting a warrant for a search, like you're still going to get a warrant. Like, send me to an article to talk how they're planning on changing the law. I'd like to know more. Sadly, I can't really comment on what they're talking about because I don't know what they're talking about. I'm just sort of trying to go there. Oh, when is the 13th Division Community Barbecue? Sonia Bizarro wants to know if I'm going. I will be at the 53 Division Open House on the 7th of June, and that is both exciting and sad because I was invited to an event in York Region on the same day during the same time period, which means I can't do both, which is no fun. I would have loved to have been able to go. I want to go to the events. I love going to events. MDvo says, I have a question. And the question is, there's two no turn signals with times on the one is yellow and one is white. Why? Where is it? Where is this intersection? So I can go look at maps and we'll have a look at it together. Because I can't visualize what you're suggesting. Yeah, let me know. So MDvo, yeah, just give me an intersection. We'll pull it up on the screen. We'll talk about it. Andrew says, commercial loading zone showing dimensions of a cube truck. Can minivan park there for deliveries? I wish I knew more about parking. I got to get Aaron Urquhart to come in and answer these questions. So if you're a commercial loading zone vehicle, because you're not just a minivan, but you're a commercial, I'm guessing this is me totally winging it. I would assume if you're there as a business, you're doing it for commercial purposes, you are doing it right. I don't think that you have to match the cartoon drawing on the sign. I don't want to text Aaron right now, but maybe I should. Well, it's 9:00. No, we will get her on a follow-up. I'm going to send her a message and ask her to send me a clip, and we'll play it on the next show, which will, by the way, be tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. I'll see if I can get an answer for you for then. And Ethan says, Andrew, why not? Ethan says, Andrew. And MDvo says, yes. Sonia's coming to the open house for 53. Cool. Did I say 53? 43. I don't know what I said. If you go to askatrafficcop.ca, it's listed there. And I'm confusing myself. It's 43 Division. Hang on one second. Let me go and open up a web page. We'll look at this together. And then we're going to look at the Ask a Traffic Cop site first. Let's go to the calendar. All right. Resources, show schedule, scrolling down. 43 Division on Lawrence Avenue in the wonderful Scarborough. I don't know why that logo is not loading up, but I'm really happy with the whole site. I think it's really coming together. Very, very pleased. This will update to today's show after we're done. I could actually get it to play today's show like was right now happening, but I think it's better when it's the most recent complete show. Lots of fun stuff here. I'm building it out. I'm enjoying this. It's amazing that what you can do when you don't know anything about coding anymore. Because I learned how to use HTML 100 years ago, and then Apple used to have this great program for developing web pages, and then they stopped supporting it, so it ceased to be. And Dreamweaver, which is the Adobe product, is bloody complicated. So I don't use that anymore. I'm actually using AI to assist me in my coding efforts. What do you think about that? Okay, what do we got here? What was the thing I was going to check? We were talking about the intersection. Neha, is it your birthday? Happy birthday, Neha. That's fantastic. I hope you're doing something special. I hope you got people around you who love you and care and are giving you big hugs because birthdays are wonderful. And it's actually today. We're all collectively singing happy birthday. I don't actually sing happy birthday, but happy birthday. Yeah, happy birthday. That's great. Good for you. And Ethan sends sweet Neha happy birthday. There you go. Cool. Okay. So Trethui, few blocks south of Black Creek towards Eglinton. Okay, let's pull this up. Maps. We're going to do this together. Maps.google. Amazing stuff. What do you mean maps.google won't load? May I add a .com at the end? I thought it would auto lead just now. Okay, it's Trethui. First of all, that's 12th Division. I started my policing career like as a police constable proper there. And then I transferred down to the magical traffic services. What's the garage door? Oh my goodness, I haven't looked at that garage door in a long time. Okay, Weston. I'm just looking at the from way high. Let me zoom out a bit. Where is Trethewey? Why is it? Okay. Let's have a look here. Mount Dennis, Weston Road. That's not the right place. Stand by. I'm looking at a map. I want to make sure I'm looking at the. Oh, this is it. Black Creek. Here we go. Oh, that's right, because we're upside down, man. That's what's going on. Okay. So let me drop my little man. And I'll put this on screen so y'all can see what I'm looking at. I like doing these intersection adventures. All right. So the allegation stated that it was a few blocks south of Black Creek towards Eglinton. Okay. I can't even tell you where south is anymore. So Eglinton is this way. I know that for certain. Stop me if you see it. That was one block. It could be easy to miss. If I overshoot it, let me know. Ooh. There's one street that comes back out in the touring the neighborhood. Abdullah wants to know if Hatzalah vehicles are allowed to have red lights and sirens. They actually are. They do have special privileges under the Highway Traffic Act, as do firefighters. But I think they're supposed to have green lights, not red and blue. If you saw red and blue, I think that would be inappropriate. I don't think I'm seeing the right intersection here. Where's M. Devo? I'm headed to Jane? Oh, Eglinton, you're absolutely right. I got totally backwards. Okay, let's go back to... I got all mixed up. You're right, Jane. It's been a long time since I worked there. I worked there in 2013. There's my Tim Hortons. Before, after, during shift Tim Hortons. Okay, there we go. Oh, it's towards the courthouse. Okay, let's try and find these signs. Look at that. All the images are right behind the same truck. They just went bumper to bumper. They just following the truck up the road. That's a conditional. Are we talking about this one? Is that a... That's too far. Oh, I want to go there. Can I zoom in? Try this. Oop. No turn. What is that one? What was the question? Let's go back to the question. No, two no turn signs with times on them. That one just says no trucks. It's hilarious that I was going the wrong direction. While I'm staring at this, do me a favor, tap the screen on TikTok so we can bring some more peeps into the party. We'll get some new interesting questions, because the more people that are here, the more questions we get. You may get a question that you were always wondering about, but never thought to ask. And then someone goes and asks it, and you go, I should have asked that. It's a no U-turn sign. I'm not seeing these signs. Oh, here's the next intersection. Maybe this is it. Well, that just didn't work well. I want that sign. Have a look. Okay. There's your.
Questions arise on how rules flow.
Okay, that's sign 1. That's a regulated no turn sign between 6:30 and 9:30 a.m. That's a rush hour route, no left turn. So that is 1. Now you're saying there's another one that is orange. Is it further up? Where else could it be? This is like hunt for orange sign October. I said hunt for an October earlier today, so now I'm trying to make everything fit to that movie. Please tell me everybody's seen that movie. That was I think it's the driveway. No, it's the next one where I used to take to the courthouse. I love 2700 for court. It's a great place, such great staff. There we go. That's the street for the school but I'm not seeing that orange street sign. Let me see if all right. Oh, so I have to look at it. I don't. Yellow signs are generally not enforceable, the regulated signs, unless it's specifically added under the HTA descriptions. I don't think they are. So maybe it's just trying to get more visibility. I just saw that. And thanks, MDevo, for the update of telling me I'm going the wrong bloody direction. I would have been, in another jurisdiction altogether going, why can't I find it? I knew I left it right here. Okay. What? I don't believe it. Yes. Look at who it is. Hey, let me stop riding over you. What's going on?
What's going on?
I got to put you in a different. For some reason, your audio is going low. Because I hear you and then I hear you again. Oh, because that's why. Now I got you. How's it going, man? I still have loop back.
It's going.
Oh no, you're on speaker. I think I'm hearing myself through your speaker.
Yeah, I don't have my headphones, unfortunately.
Gosh darn it! Let me get you off of the map. How do you feel about driving around Trethewey? It's very weird hearing myself. What's going on, brother? Good to hear from you and see you. This is the view inside of your vehicle.
Yes, it's. Sorry, I haven't been on lately. It's just been crazy busy, and shifts are changing, and it seems that nothing ever adds up the right way.
It is totally acceptable. Who are we looking at on your? Who's that a picture that we're looking at on your vest?
That's Dwight Schrute. It says I'm CPR certified from The Office.
Okay.
I used to have
that works.
first aid one there, but this makes people laugh. So.
and as long as you've seen The Office, you totally understand what they mean.
Yep.
Is everybody able to hear? Mr. Logan? And although they are hearing, assuming you're also hearing loop back. I don't think there's any way I can avoid this.
Sorry, man. Even if it's just a quick drop in to say hi and I miss you.
Yeah, we'll call it that. And it's awesome. It's good to see you. You look like you're sunlight outside. It's so weird.
Yeah, it doesn't get dark here till like 10 o'clock at night.
Really?
So
did you hear earlier when I was talking about coming for a road trip to come visit you?
I didn't, but I mean, my door's always open for you.
We're talking about doing a road trip that would take us across Canada to visit you, continue to BC, then south into Los Angeles to visit the mouse, and then back.
Visit the mouse. All right.
we're a family of Disneyphiles here.
Yeah, my wife is too. She wants to get the kids there, but I have to win the lottery before you can pay the day passes to Disney these days.
Oh, you got to do 4-day passes.
They're making you pay everything now. Like,
what do you mean?
Everything is all like digital based, and like you got to pay to like wait in line for certain things. And it's like, holy moly, you got to reserve rides. So before you can even take a ride, you have to be in a reservation now for the ride. What? It's crazy.
I don't know what's going on there. I don't know. I haven't been there in a while. We by the way, it's Neha's birthday, so this is the birthday episode.
Oh, happy birthday!
Let's see here. Oh, Jay Kears finally found the time to catch on. Retirement can be so busy. I totally get it. Spider says wanted to send thoughts are with you, Logan, because he says you have to work nights. So they're concerned for your well-being.
Well, I appreciate it. Sometimes I'm concerned for my own.
Let's see here. Leaves fall in spring. Got more time. Got it. On stage 1 stage 9441 says, well, they're here. It says they joined. Welcome. Oh, okay. Yeah, Spider wants me to plan a road trip. I'm trying to catch up now that you jumped in. Oh, you were on Instagram first.
I was, yeah.
I see that. I see when you joined. And then Honda says, saw something you would have loved the other day. A car being held together with ratchet straps and being driven around. Do you know what I saw a couple days ago? I think all of you would appreciate this. I don't remember if I actually flagged the video on my dash cam because I have a button I can press for start recording. And it was I was looking at the back of a minivan, and aside from the fact that there was no driver, there was no roof, there was no doors. It was just like the frame and a couple of pieces. And it was being towed by a legitimate tow truck. Well, it had no markings on it, so I guess a private tow truck. But I thought it was just somebody who was trying to get their parts home.
And I assume it wasn't a Jeep. No roof, no doors.
The transmission was ratchet strapped to the driver's seat. The airbags had been deployed. It was a mess. If I can get the video off my dash cam, I will share it. Ipsic girl goal crusher. That sounds awesome. I'm an Ipsic person, although I haven't been shooting Ipsic in a while. I think I might have to do my black badge again. Have you done your Ipsic qualification?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't even know what that means.
International Practical Shooting Confederation. They wanted to make it an Olympic sport.
If shooting gophers is an Olympic sport, I'm your guy.
Yeah, there you go.
Outside of that, not so much.
Got it. Now I like competitive marksmanship. It's fun stuff. Actually, I got to get to the range. I haven't been to the range in a month or more.
It's very cathartic. It's very relaxing.
It's a wonderful thing. Boom. Oh, Jake here says, where I worked, customers would bring their cars in with garbage up to the top of their 3 seats, not drivers. Is that legally okay? Filling your vehicle, is it against the law to fill your vehicle with insecure load inside the vehicle?
If you're obscuring your vision out your windows, yes.
How about your rear window? Do you charge for a rear window if you have side mirrors?
Yeah, I mean, we've had a couple people in town with some hoarders, and they pack up their vehicles to the point. Usually, it's even the front windows that's more the issue, not so much the back. But yeah, you got to have a clear visibility out these 2 windows.
Yes, that's the front windows. The rear windows, I've heard people getting tickets for it, but I wouldn't support a ticket for that because as long as you got a view to the rear by mirrors, I think you're fine. But I would do the insecure load if you had like 9,000 tin cans and you hit the brakes and they all fall into the front. I would do insecure load within the vehicle.
Yeah. I just got a guy here who's doing 116 in the 50.
No kidding.
66 plus. So he's gonna have
Gotta love it.
Rough court date.
I'm reading something here. Indy 500. Brandon's at the Indy 500 now.
Ooh, that would be fun to go to.
I want to go to the Honda Indy again. I will definitely go for the first day of the Honda Indy. I don't think I'll be at a booth this year. I usually work the Toronto Police booth. Obviously, this is the first year I won't be a police officer attending. But Honda Indy's a lot of fun. And it's free.
Did you volunteer at the Toronto Police booth?
No, I was the organizer. I was the one putting the.
No, but I mean, like now, could you go as a volunteer for the Toronto Police?
Well, that's what I did for the auto show, because I volunteered with them.
Okay.
So I might do that. Oh, they're losing their mind with the double voice of hearing me through me and then hearing through you.
My apologies. I got to get a good mic. Until then, I will let you go. I know what it's like to have the double audio going. It's pain. So we will do this again. And even if I have to get a mic for when I'm on nights, I can still hop in and we don't have to worry about this. So I have a package
I
coming
hope
for
it's
you,
not
though.
that
Sending it out
there's
tomorrow.
I wonder if it's some way I could fix it on my end, but we'll figure this out. We'll test it before we do this again. All right, brother. Have a
Okay.
good
Well,
shift. Stay
bye,
safe.
everybody. Have a great night. Sean, you're the best. Keep up the good work. You're making a difference. I don't care what anybody says. Much love.
Take care, buddy. Okay, that was awesome to hear him, and then it was terrible to hear me twice. So apologies to all. Oh, Neha, it's your birthday. We should be sending you roses, not the other way around. But thank you very much. Let's see here. Sun is setting now in Thunder Bay. Yes. And Felix, yes, it was terrible. It's torture to hear myself through it, so I can only imagine what you guys were going through. It was still nice of him to jump in. I didn't want to be rude and say, "Go away, you sound terrible." No, it's terrible. But I'm sure there was a setting somewhere that we could have tried to fix it. Just wasn't being cooperative at the moment, at the time. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see here. Oh, Thunder Bay Police apparently nailed a few stunt drivers. Very cool. I love it. There's I saw a video, although it wasn't getting much traction. There's a law firm, Next Law, and all they do apparently is defend stunt driving. There must be a ton of business for it because we see a ton of them on the road that are just doing dumb stuff. Can you imagine having a law firm that only defends stunt driving? That's just it's remarkable. Spider wants to know if Logan is with the RCMP. He's not. Logan is with the city of Brooks, Alberta. I have a hat from him, and I have a pin from him, and a patch from him. I don't have any of it in arm's reach. All right, show you. City of Brooks, Alberta, and he is not a police officer. He is a peace officer. So they have peace officers that have authority to do vehicle stops and enforce traffic laws. He doesn't carry a firearm, which is shocking in itself. Now, I stood in the rain all day because it was rainy, and my glasses are driving me crazy with the spotlight shining into them. They look filthy. It's just water residue. That's what it is. Okay, hang on a second. I'm polishing. Music back on. Monkey Flying 2024. What's going on? Monkey just jumped in. Okay. I guess I don't absolutely need to be able to read properly. Waddell Engineering got a roadside meeting for 70 and a 60. Really? That's. I mean, it's both good and bad. Good that they're enforcing traffic laws, appropriately. Bad that it was you. Did you get the meeting? Did it result in a resolution that was to your liking? Did you get a ticket or did you get a warning? Also, how is the new drone? Did I ask you last time I was talking about your last live stream? I'm interested to know. Okay. Whew. This is much cleaner looking glasses now. I'm liking the difference. So Waddell Engineering posts some crazy good drone footage and just purchased the Dream Machine. Hey, Melody, the Dream Machine drone. And that is the magical, amazing, fantastic newest Mavic 4 Pro. And I wanted to know last time I mentioned you if you had the Pro controller or the RC2. That's what I want to know. I just got another RC2 today. I now have a spare RC2. I have 2 spare RC2s because you never know when you need an RC2, which is a remote with a screen on it. I wanted an RC2 for my Neo and RC2 for my 4 Pro, Mini 4 Pro. Yes, the big 4 Pro, Mavic 4 Pro. All right. Sonia Bezzaro says, traffic video I sent you with my dash cam footage, crazy. Was that today or is that the one I recorded but haven't edited yet? I don't know. I don't know which one's which. I got a bunch of stuff that I'm behind on. Like a bunch of stuff that I'm behind on. Did I mention it's a bunch of stuff that I'm behind on? What do we got here? We got just reading up here. Which questions? Double sound is it's okay. Jake here. Do you ever wear contacts? That's Spider asking. No, because I don't need I don't need lenses for distance. I need it for reading. And these are transitions. So I have a tiny like just to sharpen it a little bit for distance, just because I like super sharp vision. But it's for close up, and I don't want to wear contacts if I don't have to. I have worn them in the past, and I had laser done, way back when. Let's see here. We got. Oh, Alberta Gaming says, wait, I didn't know that Alberta is including drinking water, coffee, will fall under distracted driving, living under a rock, I guess. Anything can be distracted there, from what I understand. And we should have brought that up while Mr. Logan was here. Sadly, I did not bring it up, and now we can't ask him until I text him and ask him again. Okay. Brandon says, why is it that if a cop gives a cop a break, they're corrupt, but if a citizen gets pulled over, they expect a break, and that's okay? Well, I think you said it right there. Is that there's a belief that cops can do whatever they want without any consequence at all. And I can tell you that cops have been. I know that police officers within Toronto Police have impounded police cars for stunt driving. There's not always a break given, but giving courtesy to someone who's got a legitimate reason or on the job doing the right thing. It all depends. Chefs cook, they don't sing. That's an out of context statement. Why is I don't get that. Brandon, you lost me on that one. Are fines doubled in construction zones or only when posted on a sign? I honestly don't know how it works. So there are fines doubled signs I've seen. I was never a highway cop, like it wasn't a provincial highway. And our street signs or our signs on the FGX and Don Valley Parkway. I don't think we ever said street, fines doubled when workers present. I have to look it up. I've never laid a charge related to that. In all the years, I've never related anything regarding or related to a construction zone. So I actually have no firsthand experience. But it's usually workers present. It's mostly in the States that I see those signs, but I'm sure it's something here. In a community safety zone, I've laid charges where it's double. All right. Oh. Dilpreet says, it's been 16 days since I had my PEO interview. Haven't received any reply. Hoping for the best. Fingers crossed. 100% no news is good news. I wish you the best of luck. I hope that you've done well and that you'll go to the next stage. That's a big deal. I know what it feels like to wait. It sucks. Don't call. Just wait. No news is good news. Spider says I should check out the auction. Which auction? I spend already too much money at auctions. I think the auction house should sponsor the show, is what I think, because I spend so much money there. Honda says, saw a red unmarked Ford Explorer with red and white lights and sirens downtown Toronto. Just wondering what department those are. A red unmarked Ford Explorer? I imagine it's fire, but I don't know. I don't think it would be us. Or now, them, Toronto. I think that would be Toronto Fire. Angie Happy and Angie Happy joined and Poverty joined and let's see here. And Spider 3 says sounds like the firefighters. I think you're right. And Melody is saying stuff. Melody says, bring the drone car shopping. Canola fields are in bloom. So the plan was to come tomorrow to go see this truck, and I'm hoping that's still the case. I'll message you afterwards. So Melody, who is a mechanic, and if this is your first time jumping into the stream recently, you may not know who Melody is, but Melody is a mechanic and did me the favor of going to go check a vehicle that I'm interested in buying. And now the question is, are we still interested in buying it? I've been up and down and all around. One of the things that I'm concerned about, and we talked about this, Melody and I, is the truck has 16,000 hours of idle time. We were trying to figure out, like, what does that relate to? And I think simple math, based on my accountant cousin who was in town, was saying, like, you have 200,000 on your current truck. Like, yeah, he says, if we do for simple math, 50 kilometers an hour, that's like 5,000 hours on 200,000 kilometers. So does that mean that vehicle idled for the equivalent of 600,000 kilometers? I mean, it's not rolling, but that's some interesting math. So yeah, my wife got turned off by the concept of that. I don't know where we're at now, but I still want to go on a road trip, and I want to go visit Mr. Steak, who may or may not be watching right now. But Mr. Steak is exactly what he thinks, or what it sounds like. He's a guy that has a steakhouse. They serve steak at the steakhouse, and I like steak, so I'm tempted to go there to eat steak at the steakhouse. It's in London, and it's good, and it's an excuse to go visit my buddy. And Melody too, so we can make some content. And then, of course, canola fields. So Woodell Engineering says, yes, I got the new remote, the RC Pro 2. If I wasn't already jealous, I am now jealous. I want to know more about the drone. Tell me more about the drone. I want to know more. This is a $4,000 plus drone, or $6,000. I think you said you paid for yours. Holy moly! I can't justify that. Not at the moment. Melody says, Woodell Engineering says he has a video of those canola fields to post. Very cool. Okay. Digital Rejects wants to know what the deal is if someone slides through a red light in a snowstorm. Well, it depends. They might get a warning. They definitely eligible for a ticket. And people would say, well, it was icy. I tried to stop. It just didn't stop. It just right through the light. It's not my fault. You were driving too fast for the conditions. Thus, it is your fault. And you would get a ticket, or you could get a ticket. Sonia Bizarro sent me an icon I've never seen before. Are those two dogs? What are those? I can't tell what those are. Scrolling back. I can't see it. But thank you very much, Sonia, for you've given umpteen gifts. No need to. I appreciate them. It's very kind of you. But you feel bad. You should. By the way, anything that comes in gifts is all going to better traffic the not-for-profit that I've started, which has a goal of running the show, but also doing school presentations and just funding stuff to give back to the community. It's not to buy my next drone, although I should start a channel to try and fund my next drone because they're bloody expensive. So Waddell Engineering was asking about sliding through a red light in a snowstorm, and then Waddell Engineering says it depends on, and then we didn't finish that. Okay, we'll come back to this. Oh, and Melody approves of Waddell Engineering's videos. They are great, aren't they? Okay. What do you do when a police pulls you over and you know you didn't do anything wrong? Well, when the officer says you did what you did, you can politely say you didn't. And if they insist, this is not a fight that you're going to win roadside. There's no point in arguing. You can say, well, I've got a dash cam footage that covers me that I didn't do it. But at the end of the day, don't fight there. There's no place for it. Whether they're right or they're wrong, or you're right or you're wrong, take it to court. And you really hope that you have the evidence to support the allegation. Let's see here. Melody says engine hours are very variable. Interesting. Dispatcher says, do you eat it well done? Steak? I do not eat. No, medium rare at the most. Melody says, London is close enough. I'll drive for a steak. Yes. Go see Mr. Steak. He runs the Chop Steakhouse in London. Good man. He is a good man. I wonder what would happen if you walked in and said, hey, I'm looking for Mr. Steak. I think he'd laugh his ass off is what he'd do. I think it'd be very funny. My kilometers to hours was average 70. Super high. Interesting. London, go to Buttermilk for the best chicken sandwich. I saw that place when I drove by. I went to where did I go to today? Chick-fil-A. I was on my way to the auction place. I had to pick something up on the way back from Midland and popped into Chick-fil-A. And they have grilled nuggets for a guy who doesn't eat carbs. That's bloody awesome. Oh, it was 2 teddy bears. That's what that was. Okay. Thank you again, Sonia. T says, do you have to show him ID? Show who ID? Oh, do you have to show the police officer ID? Yeah. So T is the one who asked if you what do you have to do when a police pulls you over and you know you didn't do anything wrong? Do you have to show him ID? Is the follow-up question? Yes. If a police officer pulls you over in the province of Ontario for any reason, even if it's for no reason, which is a reason They can pull you over just to support that you have a license, or to check to see if you have a valid license, to check to see if you have valid insurance, to check to see if you are sober, to make sure your vehicle is safe for the road. They don't need a violation to pull you over. So if you refuse to ID, you could be arrested. That is a requirement of any driver in the province of Ontario. So you must show ID. Sonia says, you deserve them and you give back from the gifts to great causes. So it's a pleasure to send. Thank you so much, Sonia. Weddell Engineering says, also, if you're going to London, stop in Cambridge. Our office is just off the 401. You can fly it. Oh, I get to play. I can try your drone. Oh, dude. Yeah, if I'm making it out that way, we're connecting. You guys are really selling the trip tomorrow. I got to double check with the Fam Jam, see if they're still on point for tomorrow's departure. Bush Outdoors Canada says, solid, great to see you up and running. Cheers. How's it going, Bush Outdoors? That's Sean. Yeah, Bush Outdoors Canada. And let's see here. Maybe we can send you to our website. Sean Bush. Do I have a website to send him? He sells marathon watches. And if you are looking for an amazing watch, he's a guy to talk to. I don't yet have a marathon watch. I need one. Okay. Oh, Jake here says, what is the police policy on protesters blocking major intersections and clearing them out? That's a really good question. It's beyond what the policy is, because it's about public safety. And I think this is my personal opinion. I think the issue is that there's not enough police officers on the planet to deal with an angry mob that will just go bananas. I don't think that you can safely shut that down without having major fallout. So I think they're taking the safe bet. I think they're choosing safe targets by taking out the people who would make that unstable. I don't necessarily agree with how it's being handled, but it is being handled by the people who are in charge. Okay. Bernhard says, what was your most memorable traffic stop? I got a bunch of them, like just traffic stops. I mean, I always tell the story about the guy who had to poo, and there were lots of guys who had to poo, but there was one in particular that I didn't believe. And I said, no problem. There's a bathroom down the street. I'll take your license, ownership, and insurance. I'll meet you down there. I'll follow you to go potty. So I told him where it was. I pulled into the parking lot. I wrote up his 3 tickets while he was in the little boy's room. Came out and I gave him his tickets. He was shocked. He was shocked that he got tickets. But I had to go to the washroom. I'm like, it's not my problem or anybody else's problem that you had a reason to break the law and put lives at risk. So, I mean, that one, because I talk about it so much, it's top of mind. There were other ones, like one that really pissed me off is someone who was eligible for stunt driving. They were doing like 95 and a 40. And, I got the crocodile tears when I pulled them over. First day of work or second day of work, they were late for the first. This is the second. They're going to get fired. They just became a therapist. Now they're going to need therapy. Mascara running down the face. And I said, you know what? I'll drop it by 5 kilometers so you don't lose your car, like to impound. And I regretted that because that person then went to court, even though I dropped it. Really pissed me off. Because at that point, you should be like, I saved you $1,500 right there. You know you're guilty. You should just plead guilty. But nope. Playing the game. Camilo Sanchez says, I'm still in the dark with my current case on my duplicated plates, the 407 service and situation. So Camilo, if the people watching other than you we're trying to figure out what I'm talking about or what that message is about. This chap had a door knock where a couple of officers from Toronto, I think it was Toronto, showed up and said, your license plates have been duplicated. Someone's running fake plates and you need to get new plates. Well, when he went to go get new plates, he quickly found out that couldn't, because there was like a $1,500 or $2,000 bill of unpaid 407 fines or charges, which he didn't incur. It was the person with the fake plates who did it. So unless he pays the fine, he can't get new plates. Sucks. And I think that there is a way to deal with this, and I'm trying to, from the outside, help out. But It is shocking that there is no direct way to deal with this. There is no way that he should have to pay out of pocket for some criminals' charges. Like you go to a credit card company, you go to someone steals your credit card and racks up a bill. You call the credit card company, they say, "Gee whiz, thank you for letting us know. We'll cancel your card and give you a new number." That's effectively what he's trying to do, except they're saying, nah. And they have zero loss to 407 to make this right. Zero loss. I think you should go to the media, dude. I think this is time to go to the media. Well, you've already been featured in the media, but Sean, have you already heard from Sean O'Shea? Have you spoken to Sean O'Shea from Global? I think I'll put you in touch with Sean O'Shea. He's a friend of mine, and maybe he can contact 407 on your behalf, because this is screwed up. Yeah, there is no way that you should be responsible for this if it's legitimately not your bill. And then at very least, there should be a way to say, let's sidebar this. We're not even going to say we're going to get rid of this bill, but at very least stop the bleed, give you a new plate. That's what should happen. Okay, so I'd love to say, Camila, we should connect. Send me a DM with contact information. I'd love to follow up with you on this. You can also email me at voiceovercop@gmail.com. Who's this? Where am I going here? Going back. Sonia says, just wondering, does TPS take reports for a sibling who gaslights another? Is that a serious thing? Gaslighting? Unless it's gasoline, I don't think that there's any report for that. Woodell Engineering says, honestly, that truck you're looking at hours scares me, and I drive 100 kilometers per year. The deal with that truck is that, well, there's more to that truck. The engine on it has 23,000 kilometers. Well, no, the odometer says 23,000 kilometers, but I understand that there's been some stuff that's happened, and it's not 23,000 kilometers. There, Melody says engine is being replaced. Yeah, but you wouldn't be scared now. I like that it has shotgun or rifle rack right behind between the driver front seats, front passenger, and then it has a gun drawer in the trunk and a spotlight. I love the spotlight. Not just because I'm on camera all the time. I like the spotlight on a vehicle. I think it's pretty cool. Never be passed again. Let's see here. Okay. Aaron says, how is Canada? Canada is good. Depends on your perspective, but Canada is good in general. Brandon says, I'm calling it a night. Busy day tomorrow. To all, have a fantastic night and a fantastic tomorrow. That is always a wonderful message from Brandon, the chef. Chef Brandon, who's currently traveling or he's at Indy 500 and with his Dark Horse Mustang. Last week or a couple weeks ago, he was in Florida for the Grand Prix weekend with his Corvette. Life is tough. But a chef of I've never eaten his food, but I imagine he does well. He's got two nice cars. He has to cook well. Okay, Camilla's going to reach out. Cool. The doors are nifty too because they say nuclear security. The haze of them, is that why you say that, Melody? So this vehicle was a nuclear security vehicle. But so going back to the same old is I have I have 3-row vehicle right now, and I occasionally use all 3 rows. This one has 2 rows, but it has gun racks. Where was the Sonya message? Who gaslighting another? Okay. Oh, there's I don't know how to share this for you. There's a comment. Bush Outdoors Canada. Sean put a link to his Facebook page. It's the I guess is that the collector group link. Buck Fanks, what's going on? This is lit. Buck Fanks has created pretty awesome software that allows you to put a host on your web page. And he contacted me back when I was with the Toronto Police to say we should have you on, like, you should have yourself on the police page, talking about what you talk about. What a cool concept. How's that going, by the way? Have you taken over the world yet? We should connect again and update. Oh yes, those doors. Yes, the extra security against falling debris, projectiles, debris, stuff that goes kapow. What about Melody? What are your thoughts on the Tesla Cybertruck? Because those are resistant to projectiles as well. With I'm sure different levels of protection, not necessarily level 3. Okay. Xenia says, is it Xenia? I hope I pronounced that right. I have a question, not traffic related. Pepper spray, batons, and etc. are prohibited to carry for people. What can I carry in case I need to use it in self-defense? Well, oddly enough, they're not prohibited. Batons, friction lock batons, are not prohibited. They're not a controlled weapon. You are allowed to have weapons. You can't conceal them. But if you were wearing a one on your belt, it's not strictly prohibited. You can't be arrested for possession of a baton. You can be charged for weapons dangerous in certain settings. You can have a if you work to conceal something, and concealment isn't because it's in your pocket. Concealment is because you put it in your sock and then put it under your pants, and you're trying to actively get it somewhere where it shouldn't be. The baton's not a really good example of that, but a pocket knife in your pocket is not a concealed weapon. It's not concealed. It's just in your pocket for storage. Concealment means actively working at hiding it. Now, in terms of pepper spray for use against humans is prohibited. If you were to buy CS tear gas, that is a controlled substance that is prohibited, although it's permitted for law enforcement use. The average person cannot possess it. But if you have pepper spray that says dog repellent on it or bear repellent on it, that's legal to possess and use against animals. And let's say you were to use it against a human being. You're out walking, you brought it with you in case you had a coyote situation, but instead had a criminal situation where someone tried to attack you, and then you used said pepper spray, dog spray, and against a human. Could you be arrested? Yes, you could be arrested. Would you be convicted? Unlikely, because you're using a weapon of opportunity to defend yourself against a violent attacker, to protect yourself from serious harm or death. No court's going to convict you for defending yourself against a violent attacker with a weapon of opportunity. This is a weapon of opportunity. If you poke this in someone's eye, it's a weapon. It's being used as a weapon. It's a pen. Can you carry this? Can you put it in your pocket? Absolutely. So Canadian law is screwed up. We don't have clear definitions for things. We have a lot of stuff that can be misconstrued, which is where people think pepper spray and batons are prohibited. They're not. A Cayuga baton is expressly listed under the criminal code. That is a telescopic baton that when you hit a button springs out, and then the shaft isn't solid, it's flexible, and it's got a big metal tip. So when you flick it, it whips. That's a Cayuga baton. Go look it up. That is prohibited. A switchblade is specifically prohibited, but that's a button-operated knife. Then you have half the people on the planet have assisted knives now, where you're pressing the back of the blade and it opens up. That's not a switchblade. There's no switch. You're starting the motion of the blade, and it's being continued by a leaf spring. Definitions matter, according to law. Balisongs, butterfly knives, prohibited by definition. Stupid, because most people hurt themselves while playing with them. I don't agree with them being illegal, but they were in movies and they're scary. So, of course, if it's scary, Canadian law makes it illegal. What can I say? I don't agree with all laws. Okay, it's going back to TikTok is TikToking. I see that I've been doing this for an hour, and I got to wrap up soon because I've got an episode of The Rookie to watch. I didn't know I was 3 episodes behind. I caught up with 2 of them yesterday. I need to catch up with the 3rd one today, so I can say I'm up to date. I love that show. It is so corny and so much fun. Do you watch this show? Chase Larry? Chase Larry. Is this motorcycle chase or other chase? Because now you might be the third chase. Exp Doug Emily, or it's Emmy Lee, Emmy Emily. Camilo says, "Wow, that was an interesting question. I didn't know about batons being okay. Batons are okay-ish, and I say that because if you use it, it's a weapon. Like by definition, it's a weapon. So if you hit someone with it, you're using a weapon. If you take it to a party or you take it to a public event, it can be weapons dangerous. It all depends, and it's probably not worth doing. And the people who, like security guards, have them. They're not licensed to have them. They just have training that says if they use them, they used it appropriately. Half the time, people wouldn't know what to do with a baton. It's not a stick. You don't just hit the people with a stick. There is a technique to it. And the saddest thing is when you bring a weapon to a party, or I say party, a fight. When you bring a weapon of any kind to a fight, if you don't know how to use it, if you don't know how to defend yourself and retain it, retention training is important. That weapon's going to be used against you more often than not. So sometimes it's better just to run. Run is the best de-escalation technique. Get out of there. Okay. Xenia says, The Rookie was my favorite. Have you watched 911? If not, you should put it on your list. Which 911? 911, I have seen that. I'm just trying to visualize the characters from 911. There was the French Canadian, like Quebec-based one that didn't do very well. Which is 911? Who's starring in that? Stand by. 911. Oh, this is the one where the firefighter with the guy from 6 Feet Under? Is that who that was? Yes. Yes? No. Yes. No. I totally know this show. I didn't get into that one. I mean, I probably watched the first season. Yes, Bobby Nash, the guy from he was the brother from 6 Feet Under, wasn't he? He was the guy that was the older brother to Buddy, who plays Dexter before he was Dexter, right? I'm terrible with actors' names. Terrible. I just don't care enough to remember them. But and he had an alcohol problem as the fire captain or something, and he was dating or living with or married to a police officer in this particular show, I think. Season 9? Oh my goodness. Maybe if I get really bored, I'll watch this. I don't mean to knock the show. I just don't remember it being very good. I have to be able to suspend disbelief because I'm really picky about my, police stuff. Riz Visions here. Mama Brinks. I worked for Brinks once upon a time. G. Banyan, what's going on? Hope I'm pronouncing your name right. So Bush Outdoors Canada says, question, can you drive a utility trailer during the day without lights on? The trailer, without lights on, I saw a period, so I paused. Without lights on the trailer, if I become dawn and the light is lower and you can drive to your place just before the light is. So the question is, can you pull a trailer that doesn't have its own lights? My suggestion is no, and or the answer. Last time this question came up, and it came up recently, my buddy, who's a current serving officer, popped in, and he had an answer for this, and I think it supported the fact that it should have its own lights. I don't know why you'd want to pull something that doesn't have lights. There was a discussion as to whether or not if the lights were visible and the utility trailer didn't block, that would be an issue or it wouldn't be an issue. But the reality is, the problem is that you're not marking, like you have to flag things that are a certain distance off the back of the vehicle. If you have something protruding, that non-lit trailer needs to be marked. Like nothing logically supports being able to pull it without lights. I'm going to say, for safety's sake, regardless of legal, I think this is the same answer I gave last time when I was unclear of a definitive answer, is just don't do it. Put a light on it. It's such a cheap upgrade to wire it and put it in. Do it. Okay, Riz Vision. I'm not ready for this one. Angela Bassett. Yeah. She's the police. Was she the police captain, chief? What was she? She's great, but I didn't like the show overall. And I'm sorry to knock the show because obviously you like the show. But I'm going to give it a second chance because of your suggestion. So Riz Vision says, I am drunk in a cab. You pull the cab over for speeding, but you notice I am in the back of the cab with an open bottle of alcohol. Is the driver in trouble or am I? I'm going to say both of you are in trouble. If the driver didn't know, but how would the driver not know? The driver can be charged. You can be charged. Everyone gets a ticket. Why not? Riz Vision says, ever get a 911 call that isn't an emergency, but when you show up, you can tell the person that called just needed someone to talk to. Do you stay and talk or charge them for wasting emergency response? That's a tough call, dude. If someone's in crisis, I'm going to say that we're there. We're going to deal with the crisis. But if it's abuse of the system, they should be charged. Like you shouldn't just call because you're lonely. Lots of people misuse things. I would direct them to the appropriate services. I used to volunteer at a 911, not a 911, at a suicide hotline. I called them. Melody says, trailer narrower than the truck. I say all trailers need lights. I like that. I support that. Can bicycles or e-bikes get speeding tickets on bike paths? Felix Catnip wants to know. The answer is actually on bike paths and parks, yes. 20 kilometer an hour top speed. Bingo, bango. Ticket issued. You can get it rollerblading a ticket because it's any user in a park in Toronto anyway. Any user of a park in Toronto can get a ticket for speeding, and they get really upset. There was a huge controversy in High Park when tickets were being issued to cyclists and motorists and all users, because a cyclist said, "How dare you? I am riding and saving the environment, and you're picking on me. Like, you're killing people. People are getting hurt." Okay, they weren't getting killed. One person got killed by bicycle that year or the year after. Two cyclists collided. One didn't make it. But bicycles are dangerous. Hitting people who aren't on bicycles is dangerous. Hitting bicycles hitting other bicycles, but people on both vehicles, dangerous. No one should speed in any environment, definitely not in a park. But people were like walking their dogs, and cyclists were like running over the leashes of the dog, like complete mayhem. But don't write me a ticket. I'm a cyclist. The cyclists hate me because I make fun of them openly. An e-bike that is capable of going more than 32 kilometers an hour is not protected under the legislation and is a motor vehicle, which makes them eligible for a ticket anywhere, not just a bike path or park. So there you go. All right. I've gone over the 1 hour I thought I was going to put in tonight. Normally I yap for an hour and a half to 2 hours in the nighttime lives, but I have not been at home all day, which means I have not spent time with my lovely wife, and I want to go have a cup of tea and spend the evening with her. So I am going to say good night early. I will be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. and that'll be an hour no more, because I've got other stuff and things that I got to get going on. I love talking, I love helping you out, but I got to make sure I don't go into the 2 hour days like I used to. I do love it. I will do it again, just not tonight and not tomorrow. If you are driving, drive safe, drive sober, park legally, or Erin will hunt you down. Erin Urquhart is TPS_bikehart. Go follow her channel too. She's awesome. And Sonia Bizarro, thank you for all the gifts. You're far too kind. I will see you all tomorrow. If you can make it at 10 a.m., that's where I'll be, here at 10 a.m. And then it's off for the weekend and back on Monday at 10 a.m. So have a wonderful thing. Monday, Melody, I called Melody Monday. Melody, I'm going to let you know what's going on. I got to reach out to both you and Waddell Engineering, because I now I want to go fly his new drone. But I'll confirm what's happening for tomorrow. Let you know ASAP. Thanks so much. Have a wonderful evening, like I said before, and we'll call it a night. Be safe out there.